Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law through this channel. I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey with an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP, MMAT, and also TRCH. And we're going to be asking the question with regard to MMAT, how to get paid. And we're also going to be looking at a question from George Pelikaris, which is what is the highest price that you have seen out there for any of these stocks, and we're going to be looking at one of the prices shared, $1,980 per share. So stay tuned for that. And we're also going to be looking at ticker symbol RKLB Rocket Lab, which has been featured on a number of occasions on the channel, and asking the question right now, with it running up quite significantly, is it a buy or is it a sell? So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, from breaking news, we can see at open market today, the Nasdaq 100 did sink deeper and dropping approximately 1%. In terms of positive news, we can see here the CB consumer confidence actual figure came in at 111.7 compared to the forecast 111.8. So it was a beat. It was good news there. However, overall the markets did, we can see here, lose a 7-day winning streak. Dow Jones down 0.32%, S&P 500 down 0.38%, and the Nasdaq Composite down 0.59%. However, we can also see here good news with regard to crypto. There is a resurgence, and I think Bitcoin has been today very, very close to $97,000 after reaching a price close to 90,000. So again, a good return there for Bitcoin. Let's start by having a look at ticker symbol RKLB, also known as Rocket Lab. This is a stock that has been featured on a number of occasions on the channel and was also covered in the previous video where we shared information with regard to 2 missions launched in less than 24 hours and also a stock analyst upgrade. So go ahead and check out the previous video, and I know a number of shareholders have been making significant profit in Rocket Lab. So congratulations to everybody holding Rocket Lab. So let's have a look at the chart right now at time of editing. So over the previous 5 days, up over 25%, and when we were first covering this was trading around about the $10 mark, so up quite significantly since then, and I think potentially going much higher. So let's have a look at headline here. Rocket Lab is up 320% overall in 2024, and the question is, should you take profit? So with regard to the third quarter 2024 results, we were looking at $1.05 billion in backlog, so that was a very strong catalyst and stronger execution in the growing space economy. And there was also a shout out from Elon Musk looking at the growth of Rocket Lab, which was also covered in the previous video. In terms of the space economy, this is projected to reach $1.8 trillion by 2035. So again, long term, I think Rocket Lab is poised very, very well. So in terms of multiple fronts, we can also see here that the results for 2024 so far demonstrate the company isn't just riding on the market sentiment. The revenue grew approximately 55%, currently standing at approximately $105 million. So excellent examples there with regard to growth. In terms of beyond rockets to full stack space, we also know that in terms of the launch services, the company has quietly built a comprehensive space systems business. So recent wins include a $23.9 million award from the United States Department of Commerce. So again, good news there. And we can also see in terms of a potential market opportunity, this includes neutron rocket, which is expanding possibilities, and also in terms of industry analysis, we can see here that the space economy is projected to grow and reach $1.8 trillion by 2035 from $630 billion in 2023. So huge amount of growth potential there. And what we're now going to have a look at is in terms of the rally, what do we see in terms of conviction, and can this rally be maintained? So obviously 320% is a huge gain for 2024, which seems to be remaining strong. So in terms of a conclusion, obviously overall the stock is risky. It is going to be quite an extremely volatile stock with huge pullbacks, lots of profit taking, and one that you need to certainly trade with care. So overall, I think long term, in my opinion, I think Rocket Lab is an outstanding stock to hold. You do need to trade it with care, but if you are getting into it, then certainly look for a significant pullback, but great potential for the long term. What I'd like to do is have a look at MMAT Materials and a post from George Pelikaros in response to a post from Mark Basile. And Mark stated, with regard to naked short selling, it's never been proven in civil court outside of an SEC enforcement action, but there is always a first time for everything. And in terms of MMAT, he states, with regard to spoofing claims, that should be enough to withstand an MMTD. And he states the real question comes down is if there is a settlement or judgment in the MMAT adversarial proceeding, the money is supposed to go to the bankruptcy estates to pay off the creditors such as IRS, creditors, unsecured creditors, previous salaries, and shareholders are last, if at all, in line to get any relief. And that's how bankruptcy works. So George has clarified the position on this, and I think George's post is a lot more interesting. But what he states here is this is true. However, it is also true that the litigation team, more than West, if they do their work as expected and is able to recover a large enough amount, then he wholeheartedly believes that there will be more than enough for the shareholders. So this is a very strong positive statement. And remember, George knows the company, he knows the creditors, he knows how much cash they had, and that is why he's making this statement. So he states there was no secured creditors, there were no secured creditors in MMAT, and any creditors are insignificant compared to the potential size of the claim. So in his opinion, this flows all the way to every single shareholder. Maybe it could be for the first time in history and set a precedent. So again, strong words there, and he urges everybody to submit the expression of interest forms before the deadline, which is next month. So Mark has now agreed with George and says George is right. It really depends on how aggressive the Chapter 7 trustees are and how much money the debtor can claw back into the estate. So that's the situation there with regard to claiming your money. So a reminder for everybody, go ahead and check out Jonah's post here with regard to the creditor claim bankruptcy. I have also covered this in a previous video, so go ahead and check that out. But I think this is a good example of a form that is filled in with details, and you should also be able to do the same. Now look at George's question with regard to MMAT TRCH and also MMTLP, and what he stated here is hot off the press. The true question is, can anybody post a higher than the below published combo price per share, which he has at $1,365 per share, and market cap size of $144.05 billion for any of the QSIPs. So he's talking about TRCH, MMAT, MMTLP, MMATF. So he's asking for screenshots or DMs, and he's looking at the period September 2020 to February 2024, and he states it is for a good cause. So I'm going to share with you here a post from Jason, who's posted with a screenshot here, price for metamaterials, and the ticker here he has on his screenshot, which is from Robinhood, is $1,980 per share with regard to the Robinhood. And what KK has stated, did you get that shirt recently? I tried to pull up MMATQ on Robinhood and it will not even pull up. So he states here, he's posted it, go to the 5-year chart, and then you should be able to see that. So go ahead and check out your figures, and if they are higher than 1,980, again, share that with George or add the screenshot, and certainly we will have a look at a higher figure than this if it is possible. So looks like George is doing a little bit more digging. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.